data available at that time.
Let's go to Glenn in Massachusetts. Hey, Glenn, what's going on?
You know what is good for us is Tom O'Brien providing an unbiased source of information for us investors. You don't have an agenda. It's just to cut through everything and to give us the facts. I want to thank you.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. Let's make it a great week, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Let your heart speak. The heart is in direct communication with the human soul. And when the heart speaks, even with the resistance of the head, something inside you changes. Your heart opens another heart, and true love is possible. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 23, NASDAQ flat, S&P's up half a point, gold contract up $6.50, trading at $1,435 an ounce. Silver up 80 cents at $38.54. Platinum up $21, trading out at $1,786 an ounce. Copper, flat at $4.25 a pound. Light sweet crude up 31 cents at $108.25 a barrel. Bonds, up 4 ticks, trading out at 120.16. Dollar index, up 8 ticks at 76.16. Euro down 19 ticks at 142. Yen, flat at 84.03. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You have a sideways market out here today. We got to a price point of $13.36. The high out there on Friday was the $13.37. You're going into the downdraft from the 22nd of February. Now, today what we did $770 million versus 900 on the 1st versus that downdraft, which is on the 22nd, which was $1.3 billion. So you can see on the NYSE a $500 million shot. It's going to need a lot more juice to get into that 1338, 1345 S&P high that we had on February 18th. Dow Industrials. Go over and take a look at the Dow. What we have with the Dow is this. Dow is up 23 points. Same setup in the Dow. The high in the Dow out there is 12,389. You're at 12,400. So you're over the high out there. The high of Friday was the 12,419. We did 770 versus 902. It's going to need more juice to get up and over that whole level. The composite. We go to the NASDAQ composite. We take a look at the NASDAQ composite. This is what we have. Composite out here today, we do 1.6 billion shares in the composite. And the way this composite is lined up, folks, flat day out here today, but it looks to me like this composite does want to, number one, get into that 2802, which was the high of Friday. I suspect it wants to get into this 2808, which was the downdraft of the 22nd. So the correlation for the composite is the 22nd we came down on 2.495 billion. You're still short, but it looks to me like it just wants to basically test that baby. Now, right after the close out here, TXN. Let's go take a look at it. You had Texas Instruments. She is going to, let's see what the news is. Texas Instruments is going to buy National Semi for $25 a share. I think that's NSM. Let's take a look. So you got NSM, NSM. We get National Semi. That closed, that's a premium. Holy cow. This is going to get interesting when this shakes out. National Semi closed at $14.07, folks. Texas Instruments is going to buy them at $25. You're talking about a $10 premium. That is one big premium. Now, if we bring this back a bit, let's just see what we have here. So, $25. That's a big score. No two ways about it. Texas Instruments, TXN. Let me see if they're halted. If they're not halted, it's going to be interesting that they're not even trading down. So Texas Instruments closed at 34.11. They got to be halted. 1 second. Yeah, it's halted. Thank you. Yeah, I figured it was going to be halted because if they're going to pay that much of a premium, what you're going to see in Texas Instruments is this, folks. Texas Instruments came off the high of $36. You have a low out here with monster volume at 32. This thing's going to get whacked big time, because they're paying up, and they're paying up in a huge way. NSM, let's just go see what. So you get National Semi, they design, develop, manufacture analog, mixed signal, integrated circuits. So Texas Instrument wants to take them into their fold. Let's go to David in Clearwater. Hey, David, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, you having a great day today?
I am. Yourself? How was your weekend? Good?
It was fantastic. Just a little jet lag from my trip out to Vegas, but don't cry me a river. It was a good time.
There you go, man.
Got a question for you. BRCM, this is one you guys have been talking about for quite some time now. Looks like it's kind of closing in the gap, but with the wide price spread and the accelerated volume on Friday, as well as, a little bit lighter volume today than was on Friday, but we had that wide price spread, accelerated volume on Fridays. It looked like this bad boy is going to get a little bit lower than just closing the gap, or what are your thoughts?
Let's take a look. We got BRCM. BRCM, folks, is Broadcom, broadband digital data transmission. Closed out here today at 38.08. And right now, what you have, folks, is that it's trading up $1.30 right now from this takeover from Texas Instruments versus National Semi. What I expect you're going to see out here, Dave, is that the gap, the bottom of that gap is 37.07. Friday you come down with the 13 million. You can see today, though, 8 million. You got to the 37.78. That's decent. That's a contraction. That's a good contraction. I suspect all we're going to end up doing is filling that gap. That's the way it was looking.
So would you go long at this point, or what are your thoughts?
Well, I'd wait till the gap's full. The gap is not full yet.
Well, okay, let me rephrase my question. Once it closes the gap, would you go long at that point?
As long as it's lighter volume like we had today, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Cooking, brother. Have a great one. Have a safe one. What this also did, folks, too, is BRCM, is that on Friday you had 13.9 million. At that swing point out there was 13.5. It's going into the break top side of 39 million. That's how that was set up. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's see, TXN. Let's see what they're saying out here. Good old Texas Instruments. That is one premium. Okay, so look at this. This is going to be interesting, too, man. This is a cash bid, folks. Texas was going to go into $6.5 billion in cash, a 77% premium. Man, they're hungry out there. Texas Instruments said it agreed to purchase National Semi for $25 in cash, or $6.5 billion. TXN. It is halted right now. When that opens, though, that's going to take a little beating when that baby opens. That is one big number, no doubt about it. We go take a look at the dollar index. What we have with the dollar out here, folks, is this. Dollar index today rejected another low out here. Did it with 13,000 contracts. What we had is that the dollar moved to 75.93. It closed out at 76.15. Bottom line, dollar wants to get into the 76.87 mark. I suspect you want to get into the 77 and move on up to this 79.29 area. Gold contract, what we did with gold out here. Spread in gold out here today, folks, was from 14.40, closed out this session at 14.35, and she's got volume dying on the vine once again up at these levels. The high of the December 7th is 14.36. The ones that's trying to spike into is the high from the March 7th. That high there was 14.47. It was tested again on 14.50, and she's going to need a lot more volume to get up and over these levels. She's been up here for quite a while. You actually come back in this gold market. We've been here since November 9th of 2010. That's the consolidation. That's how we've been in that consolidation. We go over to the silver market. What silver did out here today, she gets over our highs. She does 45,000 contracts. That high definitely want to get tested. Now, that high, the first high out there, had 93,000. So you can see she's over it. That's saying she can go higher. What you do have is that was the first time in quite a while, though, that your volume dropped off in the silver market. If we look at the SLV, you take a look at the SLV, what we did with the SLV, which is, trades, it's the ETF that trades at the price of silver. We're at 37.58 right now, and she also got over those highs. The last high at 55 million. You're up there with 20 1,700,000 today. 877-927-6648. We had American Express was up 6 cents. You had ExxonMobil up 19. 3M was up 51. You had Walmart up 52. REM, Research in Motion, was down 129. Let's go over and see what's happening with Research in Motion. Okay, so Research in Motion, she come off that high of $70. She's at 54 right now. She's making her way back into this original break topside of 49.34. So she's got a while to keep going downtown here. We got to take a look at the XLE, the energy markets out here. What we had with energy today, the XLE is up 5 cents. Now, the XLE, folks, had broken topside, and it had taken out the high that was established on February 23rd. That high was at 78.37. Until you get back inside that area, and I suspect that's where we're going, then you'll see this little sector get down to the 73.03 area. There's a small turn that's happening at the very highs up here. Let's go to Mike in Thailand. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hi, Tom.
How you doing, man?
Okay. I'd be doing better if this market would finally top out. But anyway, DROOY.
Let's take a look at it. This is an absolute blast from the past, folks, okay? This is Drewy, DR. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so you get DRD Gold. It's a Drewy. It's a mid-tier, unhedged gold producer. The low is $3.92. The high is $5.65. This is an equity, folks. You know what's amazing about this? This is an equity that was one of the first ones that we actually had with BGO in the gold report. And I remember at this point, I believe this equity was at about, maybe 40 cents. The equity went from 40 cents to $4. Then I basically kicked it out of the gold report. But that $4, folks, actually equaled about $50 or $60. So even though it's saying $5.40 here, this is done a reverse stock split because their mines were way too deep. They didn't have the bread to keep going. But make a long story short, let's see what they look like right now. So the low is $3.92. The high is $5.65. Okay, so let me bring this back. 009. We're on a weekly. You stay right there, Mike. We're got a short break. We're going to be coming right back. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We had, after the close out here, Texas Instruments is buying National Semi, folks, at $25, a 77% premium, cash premium. Pretty amazing. We're going to be right back, folks.